What is one word you'd use to describe this movie?
Epic. When you see a movie that took its time, you'll know. Because they're actually trying to pass a story. And not just a story, it's not a fiction story. So it's something that actually happened. Because me, I was looking at to see any modern things. If mistakenly the camera will just mistakenly picture a sachet of water.
If we were to reflect what really transpired in the 17th and 18th century, I'm sure they did not get it 100% because there are a lot of things they would have missed out on.
Yeah.
For me, the costumes were spot on. This makeup as well. Akim, shout out to you. I think we are done. I'm bored.
You have a lot of flowers.
You have a lot of flowers. You have a garden actually, guy.
I don't know who handled the effects though, but the person is on point. The editor, the VFS was on point where they had to do with the person who has the power of the bird. Yeah. You see, when the birds was moving, the birds were always there. It was moving. The power with the trees.
Yes, true.
Wherever the person is there, leaves are always moving back and forth.
And the wind effect.
The wind effect is still with the person. The other one that came with it was having a little bit of Avengers. I don't know because they are transforming.
Yoruba Avengers.
Yes.
Bye, see you, Temio.
Wow.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Point of View, your go-to show for in-depth analysis and breakdowns of the latest Nollywood films. I am your host, Michelle Abadum, and I'll be right back. Welcome back. Now today, just like you've seen earlier, I am joined by my amazing guest, Jude and Ayo, as we dive into the epic tale of Lisabi, the much anticipated biopic directed by Niyi Akinmolayan and led by the stellar performance of Lateef Adebimpe. From the intense cinematography to powerful character portrayals, we'll be dissecting every element that brings this Yoruba legend to life. So sit back and let's get right into it. Now, Lisabi tells the story of a legendary Yoruba warrior who led the Egba people to freedom from the rule of the Oyo Empire in the 18th century. The film captures Lisabi's strategic leadership and courage in a visually compelling way. It blends action, culture, and history, bringing to life the Egba resistance. Hi, AY, and hi, Jude. You are absolutely welcome to the show.
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Jude, how much do you know Yoruba?
I'm on me, Baoni. What?
How long have you stayed in Lagos?
What year did you bring your Ghana Must Go to Lagos?
2018.
2018. Oh, wow.
Say it in a sentence in Yoruba.
Okay. This mic is not working. Can you hear me, please?
We can.
You can hear me,
loud and clear.
All right. Emini Jude.
No asked you. All right, welcome guys, welcome. It's so amazing having you here in the studio. Now, this much anticipated movie, everybody has been talking about it even before the movie, premiered on Netflix. Now, let's talk about what I usually like to ask. What is one word you'd use to describe this movie? AY, let's start with you.
Epic. I think that's the only word in my head. Epic.
Wow.
Epic.
Okay, Jude, what about you?
Magical. There's a lot of magic.
Plenty.
All right, now, AY, let's talk about cinematography. What would you say? What would you speak to the cinematography of this movie?
First off, I want to give big shout out to Niyi Akinmolayan. He's the director, also wrote the story as well.
All right.
When it comes to cinematography, I think we should even delete cinematography from our point of view because everybody seems to be getting it right when it comes to cinematography. The standards have been raised, the bars have been raised. So it would have been a disservice to the Yoruba people and also to the Nigerian movie industry if the cinematography was not top notch. I could see a semblance of what happened with the House of Ga. So cinematography was good. Now let me even go to the camera angles, the aerial shots, the dolly shots, then the running shots. Am I getting it?
Yeah.
Then which other shots do we have? The close-ups.
Yeah.
Oh man, what? Man, as in, I was like, okay, from the get-go, from the intro, from the start, from the first scene, you could see the wide shot of the empire, of the Oyo Empire.
Yeah.
For those who do not know, the Oyo Empire was the most powerful empire in West Africa in the 17th and 18th century. When we talk about extending to as far as Dahomey, that's why we have the woman king. Remember the woman king, the soldiers.
We talked about it as well.
Yes, of course, they were always fighting, or they were trying to get liberation from the Oyo Empire as well. So back in the day, the Oyo Empire was just as we had the Roman Empire in the Bible days, so we had the Oyo Empire. So it was a massive, when it comes to politics, administration, and all that, the Oyo Empire was the biggest in West Africa. And did that movie depict that status? Absolutely. You could see the wide shot of the empire, the gate, and all that. Then going into the scenery where the Oba was, as the Alafi of Oyo. Man! Then, of course, shout out to the...
Anyway, I think I'll have to cut you there. Now, June, now, to you, would you say the cinematography captured the whole essence of, it's a historical movie. Do you think it captured the whole essence of the historical era community struggle?
Yes, it did. You can look at the look and feel of the movie. You will tell that this is actually epic. And again, the shots. I just mentioned all about the shots. I don't want to talk about the shots because the shots were on point. Because I think they took their time. When you see a movie that took its time, you'll know. Because they're actually trying to pass a story. And not just a story, it's not a fiction story. So it's something that actually happened. You understand? So they have to take their time. Because one thing about making movies or doing cinematography for movies that actually happen, like historical movies.
Yeah, biopics.
So
or historical movies,
you have to actually take your time. Because people can actually tell that you're doing something wrong. This was not how it was. This was how it was. This is not how they dress. This was how they dress. This is not how they... So they can actually tell. So you have to take your time, pay attention. Because I was looking out to see any modern things. If mistakenly the camera will just mistakenly picture a sachet of water on the floor. You understand? I was just trying to see. But that's the things they were not...
Or a pet bottle.
You understand? There are some things that that was not existing in the 17th or the 18th century.
Yeah, true.
You understand? There are things only that they didn't do it like black and white or do it like an ancient camera, just because we are in the modern time. So we have to see things properly.
And there's of course beauty in color.
Yeah, so we just have to make it looking more modernized. You understand? But we knew that this was an epic movie. All right.
Would you say the action scenes, especially the battle scenes, do you think and do you feel it was realistic enough?
Okay. Now it was realistic till I saw some things. Now the things, it was actually realistic based on the Akin effect now, right?
Yeah, it was. Yes, Akin effect.
Akin effect. So I saw it's still the same. The same effect he did with Jago, House of God. So it was the House of God. He was also the
person. No, it wasn't.
But they had that same effect, like that. So I was not even. I know you go to come out with the effect, but what I knew that I spotted out, I didn't actually, what is the shooting. Now, I know there's always a gunpowder or something that falls out when they shoot because it's an Asian gun, but it was actually I was seeing the effect. Like I can spot out those of that don't do. Yes, it was not actually
real. Like
it was not real.
Like no, they shot actually, but it was also the explosion was enhanced.
Yes, that's the word I was looking for.
The explosion was enhanced. Yeah.
Us that do video editing, we go online, we can see those sparkles stuff. So I think they actually enhanced it. Yes, and I made it to look so, but not looking too fake for me. Because when they shot, normally we just see the small little dust that just pours out. But
the explosion, like a volcano.
Looking so big, like what? It's even a big hole in the test.
All right. So, anyway, let's talk about makeup and costume. Would you say the makeup and costume effectively reflected the 18th century Yoruba cultural, all of those things?
Yeah, the tradition and the culture. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. The tribal marks on the Alaafin and also on Femi Adebayo. The role he played, I've forgotten, but of course. And the costumes, perfect. I don't know. Do they rotate costumes? Because I kind of feel that
They-
the same costume they use King of Thieves, then Jagu
House of
Jagu,
Ga.
then House of Ga, then Orisha.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody like a supplier, like a dealer. Oh yeah, come and collect your 18th century Yoruba costumes. But
It's the same.
same,
You watch
yeah.
our home movies those days.
Yeah, it's the
same
same
beans bag,
design and
those
all that.
things
So
that you-
for me, the costumes were spot on. This makeup as well. Akim, shout out to you. I think we are done. I'm bored.
He has a lot of flowers.
He has a lot of flowers. You have a garden actually, guy. So he did well. Even when the head was cut off, that's the model he did. I was the way it was well molded. I'm talking about the head of I'm trying to remember his name now, but it skipped my mind. But no, the SFX were well done, and kudos to Akim.
All right, props now.
Yeah, props were the setup was good.
Yeah.
I talked about the intro, the first scene, the way the Oyo Empire was then. It was well depicted in the movie that the pool of blood, Alafin was bathing in as well. So the props, the guns that were used, the armory, the swords, the horses. Ibrahim Chatta used his favorite horse. That's that white horse. Yeah.
That's the name of the guy you're looking for. Because that is he cut his head.
Yeah. Thank you.
Ibrahim.
So Ibrahim has an enviable stable of horses because he actually loves horses and he used his favorite horse. That was what he actually rode all through. So the props were good. No criticism from me.
All right, Jude, I'll get back to you. However, I want to ask you this. Do you feel like there were props that were out of place or historical inaccuracies in the movie?
I don't think so, because the truth is they didn't even get... If we were to reflect what really transpired in the 17th and 18th century, I'm sure they did not get it 100% because there are a lot of things they would have missed out on.
Yeah.
Because, of course, we've evolved and all that. So were they able to even do something that would, close to it, something that would convince someone like me that never lived in the 17th century? Yes, they were able to do that effectively. So I don't see a mismatch or a misplaced prop or costume. It was well curated.
How would you even know?
Because we also had movies done
True.
to reflect that time frame and all that. So.
All right. Oh, now let's talk about Niyi Akinmolayan. How would you rate his directing as it relates to this movie? We already know he is a fantastic director, but this movie, I mean, historical and what have you. So how would you rate that?
So he's not a newbie. So this is something he has been doing. Just like telling him, ask him again, what's your name? He knows his name. So he's used to this kind of movies. So I think this is where one of his niche is when it comes to do with historical movies like this. So I think we don't even have to even spot any error because I didn't spot any error. You understand? Now that's why the fact that this other Lisabi had more of magical wars now, not just the normal regular combat
swords and all that. We had
now effect was there. I saw the I don't know who handled the effects though, but the person is on point. The VFS was on point where they had to do with the person who has the power of the bird.
Yes.
You see, they call it.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So then we had, you see, when the person was moving, the birds were always there. It was moving. The power with the trees.
Yes, true.
Wherever the person is there, the trees are always leaves are always moving back and forth.
And the wind effect.
The wind effect is still with the person. The other one that came with it was having a little bit of Avengers. I don't know because they were transforming.
Yoruba Avengers.
Yes, they were transforming. I saw some model superhero characters.
Yes, true.
That came up. I'm serious. They changed. They transformed to big.
Yeah, true.
This one touch each other, that one turned to beast. Even this Kizane Bansa.
Kelvin.
He now turned to one beast too as well. So all of them are all turning to beasts. They all had this superhero power Jesus. Now they're now a superhero movie. Yes, but my question was he actually what happened?
Yes, that was like my next question. Do you think the story was well told?
No, of course. Now you can't. We don't have enough documentation to depict what actually transpired in the 17th and 18th century. So for script writers, for storytellers, they will put some extras now just to make it
No, there's a way you put
appealing.
some. There's a way you put some extras. We are trying to.
They're like the love twist. Sorry to butt in. The love twist was not evident there. There were love twists. Liquor was falling in love with Debo as Mr. Macaroni.
Yeah.
That did not exist. But as a storyteller, you cannot tell the story as it happened. No, of course you have to put a lot of jaras.
You have to tell like 90% of the story, then 10% of little fictions inside. You understand? But like when I watched Escobar, that's Pablo Escobar's story, I didn't even know about him first of all. You understand?
What century was Pablo Escobar?
It's recent now. I'm just coming up. I'm not talking about the way back. I'm talking about you adding for script writers. You adding some things that are not there in the script. So I know he added few things like the tricks because they are trying to secure the family because the family is still existent till now. So they try to secure the family, like what they did and what they don't do. So, but it just had to be little. Like maybe 5%, just add a little thing to just join. So places that you maybe didn't understand, maybe you didn't get the story well.
But did Lisabi, if you have read the story, did Lisabi seek the intervention and the support of the gods? Yes.
But now, how they portray the gods is
and the spirits of the underworld
underworld.
Not underworld now, but on the other side. Yes, he sought their support, he sought their help, and that's the best way to depict it in a modern style of scripting, because you cannot just bring. We are tired of spirits wearing white,
no, it might not be
and gods wearing white.
No.
So that's like a way of attracting your generation, even the younger generation, because they can relate to superheroes.
Heroes, yeah.
Okay.
So they are like, oh, the gods are now superheroes. Which is more convincing. For me, it hits because a child will be able to like relate. So the African culture is not all dark and gloom. We still have heroes in our culture that fight for people, that support people, that help the weak. So that's just the way superheroes do. Superheroes are actually created to save and all that.
The thing is that now I saw someone that looks like having this hawk.
Incredible Hulk.
Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, that's Kelvin.
Yeah. Now I felt like, why don't we do, because just like when we see in movies those when pastors are doing healings and stuff like that, and you see then something coming out from their body and touching the member. Bro, we go to churches and pastor does healing and nothing comes out from anybody's body. So most I feel like if you are trying to seek the other word or the other
something
word,
actually
whatever,
comes. Now you know they see them.
you don't know how to
the pastors, they do something come out from them.
Okay.
Just you open your spiritual eyes.
I was just saying cartoon. They was do some animation.
But that will appeal to the younger audience.
What happens to us?
Also, thank God you agree you're not young. You are old.
Old.
But shout out
to even scenes that was not meant for younger generation. When
which one?
The one with
that's Liko now.
Yeah.
I was asking myself,
that's Liko. She looks.
She speak much Yoruba though, so they have.
But she looked amazing. Liko should be a Yoruba girl, man. She looks so fine as Yoruba lady.
So the scene with Ibrahim and her, they he slept with her. So
the movie is over. It's of course rated.
I don't know why you're arguing so much about this movie, whereas we have movies like the Nigerian Korean show, right? Well,
My sunshine.
You're arguing about superheroes.
Sumuya.
What I also want to add is the sound design and also the music score. Tolu Obaro did the music score. Adam Songbird did the sound design. Those two guys, they are sick in a good way, because if you paid attention to the music of this movie, you will just love.
Yeah, the music.
You will love Nigerian music. Tolu actually did the sound for the music score for Jagu Jagu, A Tribe Called Judah. See the discography. He did the musical score for this. Adam did the music score for King of Thieves. When I listened to the music, I was like, man, this movie should win an Oscar, because trust me, those guys, they did so well. So I want to give a shout out to them. Both
Fantastic. All right, now let's come to, let's try to wrap this up. Who would you say was your standout actor? You people should not carry me front and back. Go straight to the point.
Back and forth and back and forth. Who would you give?
Me?
A thumbs up to?
It should have to be
Ibrahim Chatta, right?
Yeah.
So it's good. He was absolutely.
This is the first time you guys are agreeing on something.
Before Joe talked about Ibrahim, it was between Ibrahim Chatta and Debo. That's Mr. Macaroni.
The Macaroni tried though, because I remember he killed 10 people.
Yeah.
Because the guy was acting like one kind. Later on that part, he portrayed the power of a man that
was wounded.
Like a wounded man can actually do.
I'm telling you, especially when you touch his woman.
He's the only love of his life.
Yes.
And you're always seen as a lazy man.
Guess that scene. Both of them were Ibrahim, Debo and Latif. The scene that both of them were teasing about, his prowess, when he's going to eventually marry his wife, how he's going to perform in the other room. That scene, I love the way both of them just.
The chemistry between both of them.
was so amazing.
All right, now to wrap it up, would you say it's a roast or a toast? I'll start from you, Jude.
You know the answer.
How will I know the answer?
If you see you, will you roast this man? Let's be honest. If you see you, will you roast it?
Talk your own talk.
Response, my God. There are some movies you don't need to even ask the question. Like you just see.
How much will you toast to this movie? Or what's the volume of your toast?
I'll get drunk.
Okay.
Because you give.
All right.
Again. One more time.
Anyway, I assume it's a toast from you too.
I'm swimming in the wine.
No, that's fantastic. So, guys, this is just the cute. You should actually see this movie because it was fantastic. This is where we draw the curtain on the show today. So, I come your way next time. I am Michelle Abanom, and this is POV. Bye bye.